On va venir travailler ici pour l'amener au sol, doucement. Et après on continue. 1. On va venir défendre, enrouler avec l'os, ici au niveau de la cheville. Au moment où il tombera, ça lui fera aussi mal. Et on va venir enrouler.
Hello, in this DVD we are going to talk about what we have titled as vicious attacks. They are not clean direct attacks. They are attacks used by professional street fighters. Real street fighters know that some victims can expect certain types of attacks, and therefore they will modify their attacks. They will make them quicker and shorter in order to surprise their victims. For example, when we have to defend ourselves from a typical knife threat from far away, a real street fighter will hide his knife and will attack us in a short distance. He hides his knife like this and attacks us this way. He will not charge from far away, but will always try to use the short distance. Today we are going to study all of these strange attacks. Some of them are really vicious. For example, one from a sitting position. We will learn how to defend ourselves from them with Krav Maga techniques. Let's see the first case. We are going to study a threat with a gun from behind. In former DVDs, we insisted that we have to always verify the threat. If the person threatens us, this way I feel something on my back. It could or not be a weapon. I look and see that it is his finger, and that he is protecting his weapon. He is pointing at me from a distance. I'm going to take advantage of what may seem a disadvantage because he is hiding the weapon behind him. His own body is going to be my defense. My first movement will be to get away from the line of fire, taking a step to the side. With a second step, I'm going to get behind my attacker. Here, he cannot shoot me. Now, I'm going to do the talmak. This means I'm going to hit him hard in the groin with my hand, like this. In order not to hurt my training partner, I'm going to grab his thigh, but talmak is usually done at this height in order to pick him up, push and throw him off balance. What is going to happen when he falls on the floor? You know, he will open his hands and the weapon could fall out, and he will let his weapon fall. When you do talmak here, we put our arm and throw him. Let's repeat. He threatens me. I see the weapon. 1, 2, and throw him. Once more. He threatens. I control the weapon and I point at him. Now from the other side. He threatens me. I look to see where his weapon is. 2, step to the side. 3, go to his back and talmak. I put my hands between his legs and the other hand under his arm to control his neck. I throw him off, get the weapon, and point at him. We must threaten him in order to scare him. I have to cock the weapon here. I want him to hear this sound, and that way I can control him. Let's repeat. 1, 2, 3.
Shoot!
Let's continue with knife attacks. We have already seen the defense against this knife attack. Now we will see an attack when the attacker is very close to me. We are arguing and the situation becomes dangerous. The attacker is going to put his hand inside his jacket. He pulls the knife out and attacks me immediately. It's a very short distance, and we are in danger. Let's see how we can defend ourselves. Remember the golden rule. If he can attack us from here, though you may have a good defense, it's a mistake. He shouldn't have been able to attack us from such a short distance. If you want to talk, it's okay, but always keep a security distance. If he comes closer, we get away like this. Always keep a security distance. Stay there. Secure the distance with the arm. First, a warning. Place your hand here. Second, a warning. If he comes closer, you can hit his throat with your fingers. No one should ever get this close to you. It's dangerous. He could headbutt you. Why are people in the subway always angry? Because their vital distance is being violated, invaded. This is the distance when I stretch my arm, they invade it. When somebody talks to me at this distance, it's okay. But when they come closer, they are invading my vital space. When we talk at this distance, it's okay. But if I'm here, this is another story. Always keep your security distance. Prevention is your best defense. To prevent means to avoid an attack. Let's see how we can confront this type of attack. Let's do it slow first. He pulls the knife and attacks me. I don't have time to block. The attack is very short. This is the movement. I deviate the attack with my hand, and then I pull my body back once more. The hand. Now I hit with my fist. I break his wrist, and with a twist I take him to the ground. I disarm and do a police control. Let's repeat. He attacks me. 1. I deviate with my hand. 2. I pull my body back. And 3. I hit. Once more slowly. The hand and then the body. Now from the other side. Slowly. The hand and then I pull my body out. Now I hit with my fist. I break his wrist. I can cut him or disarm him. But reaction time is very important here because it's very short attack. The distance is very short. Once more, very fast, he attacks. I grab and break. From the other side. Now faster. I hit and break like this. Once more. Now from the other side. He attacks. And I disarm him. Now we will see the same attack, but the knife attack is from below. We are here, talking, and he hides his weapon. I have not detected this, and he is going to attack me like this. When I see this attack coming, I use my reflexes with this movement. When he attacks me, I protect myself this way. My reflexive movement when he attacks me is like this. This protection becomes a defense. The ideal movement would be to place a hand before the elbow and another behind it. It's not serious if we place both hands before or after his elbow. He attacks. 1. Defense. Change hands and disarm. Let's repeat. He attacks. Once more. From the other side. Now faster, once more. Let's repeat.
Ok.
Let's see another situation. We have already seen the defense when the knife attack comes from the other side, from underneath and from both sides. Now we will see another type of attack, an upward attack. They will attack us like this, and they will cut our stomach with an upward motion. We call this the oriental attack. Let's see this attack in short distance too. If I detect the movement, I can do this. But due to the surprise of this attack, I won't have time. Here we have to apply the same rule. First, our hand will be the best defense, and then I have to pull my body away. We place our hand here and pull here in order to change the position of my hips. Once more, my hand and my body get out of the line of attack. The hand and the body get out of the way. Due to this attack, his hand is going to go up, and then I can trap it. I don't want to grab his hand. I just want to stop it like this. Now I hit and disarm. Watch the movement of my arm. The difference between the technique we saw before and this one is that my arm was in a horizontal position before, and now it's in an obliquous angle. He attacks. Once more. From the other side, he attacks. Once more. Once more. Good. We have seen defenses against short-distance attacks. Now we will see the vicious threats. All threats are vicious, and we have already studied this, and this. Now we will take a look at some very strange or curious threats from here, from behind the ear. Like we explained in our former DVD, when the knife is here on the throat, we cannot turn this way. We must turn, keeping our shoulder inside. Against this type of threat, it's very important to turn while going forward, because if I turn this way, look, I will get my ear cut. We must turn while going to the inside. Now slowly, I place my hand on the bone of the wrist, not in order to grab and pull, but in order to twist his arm, like this way. I made him turn and twist. This is the movement. When I'm here, I have to turn. Here I place my hand on his shoulder, but I can also place it on his chin. The principle is the same, but now we must turn to the inside. We must stick to our opponent. Now from the other side. The threat. I get out from this side. Once more. Let's continue with knife attacks. When I'm on the floor like this, I'm in a disadvantaged position. I have my back against the floor and my opponent attacks me with a knife. First attack, he attacks me from a high angle. I have to place myself in order to defend the attack and hit him at the same time. He attacks me. 1. Okay? Now I'm going to play with him. The opponent is like a chair. He has 4 legs. Now he is only on 2 legs. But when he attacks, he positions himself like this. His body weight is here. He is now in a disadvantaged position. If he places his hands and feet, he can resist. But if I pull his hands, he will fall. Let's take advantage of this. He attacks. 1. I pull him off balance by pulling his hand. I grab his arm so that he cannot continue the attack and do a lock. He attacks me again. I pull him towards me in order to throw him off balance and I execute a lock to the arm. If he attacks me, I try something there. He still has some advantage over me. I pull him towards me and do the lock. Once more. And once more. Again. Now watch. After this lock, any expert knows he can roll out of this lock. I have to block him with my other leg. If I don't block him, he can escape. If I block him, he cannot escape, and I go to the mounted position. How? I place my other leg here to cut him off, and I make him roll to the other side in order to get him on top. I have total control over him. I have to place myself on him in order to get up. I recuperate my knife, and I place myself over my opponent to get up. Let's repeat it from this side. He attacks. 1. Defense. I pull him towards me, block his arm. I place my leg and make him roll. I mount him. I recover the knife. Now I separate the knife or I use my opponent to get up. My opponent is on the floor and I can get up.
Let's see another attack from the floor, but instead of using this attack, he will try a direct attack to the face. It's a downward attack. The knife is close to my stomach, so my defense will not be downward because he could cut me. We are going to deviate the attack this way, and with the other hand, push the knife away even more, and hit. But the attacker is far away. That's why I have to pull him towards me when I hit him. I pull him in order to throw him off balance. Pull and hit in the face.
I grab his arm like this. I hook him with my leg and twist him in order to mount him. Now, I recover the knife and get up. Let's repeat it. He attacks 1 and 2. Once more. Again. Again. Once more. I make him roll faster. Recover the weapon. Get on him and get up. Recover the weapon. Get on him and get up. Now from the other side. He attacks me, 1, 2. Grab, pull, hit, trap, and make him roll. Once more. Recover the weapon and get up. We have seen downward attacks, really steep. Now let's see the reverse attack with a backhand attack. He attacks me, and I do exactly the same thing. Block, hit, and make him roll. From the other side. Reverse attack. I stop him with both hands. Hit, trap his arm, hook him with my leg, and make him roll. We will do an exercise after. He is going to attack me like this. Like this. He can do whatever he wants, and I can train the defenses.
Okay.
When we are on the ground, we have to learn how to react against an opponent who is standing in front of us, ready to attack us. Let's see how we can defend ourselves. The first rule when you are on the floor is that you must protect yourself. It could sound childish, but it's not for some people. In order to move, we have to have our back against the ground. We cannot walk, but we have to move. In order to move, we have to use our hands. He tries to attack me, and I cannot stop him with my kicks. I stop him. If he turns, I turn. If he goes that way, I go with him. This is what I try to do. Let's see. First throw. I put my foot behind his and kick his knee in order to make him fall in that way. Once more. He comes close, and 1 push. Now from the other side. He comes close, 1 push. Now this is the second possibility. If he is in front of me, I place my 2 legs. I separate his legs and kick him in the groin. Once more, he comes. 1, 2. I hit. Now from the other side. He's in front of me. I separate his legs and hit. I kick him to throw him. We have seen it from the other side, from the middle. Now from this side. Let's do a scissor with the legs. I block with my foot, and I can kick here and throw him. I can do this zigzag motion to his knee. I do this movement with my legs to throw him. And then I get up and block with the leg. Now from the other side. I hit with the scissor motion. I throw him and get up at the same time that I do a leg lock. Now let's see when the attacker is next to me and he kicks me. I'm going to avoid it like this, like if it was a stick attack. I avoid his kick like this. I grab his leg, I wrap his legs with my legs and throw him. Now I put my hips up to do a lock to his knee. Once more, he attacks me. 1, I defend. 2, now I trap his leg and wrap him with my legs. I throw him. I put my hips up to do the knee lock. From the other side. He attacks. 1. First, defense. I trap him with the bone of my arm at his ankle. This will hurt him when he falls. I wrap his leg with mine. I throw him and bring my hips up to do the knee lock. Now we will see a special type of threat. It's very strange, but it could happen. It's a threat where the opponent is pointing at me at the back of my neck. I'm with my face to the floor. Let's see what could be the possible solution. The first thing I should do is get the gun away from the back of my neck. 1, 2, I'm going to take the gun to the floor like this, here. Like I have already explained. All his weight is now on the floor and not on my neck. I have to take advantage of this. I'm going to have to pull the weapon towards me at the same time that I get up with my knees, like this. Now I can get up and threaten him with the weapon. Let's repeat it. He threatens me. Now we are going to see a very special defense too. And unfortunately, millions of people have already seen it on internet. It's an execution. Images of a person who has his neck cut by another person, who has it hung up on the web, where people can see it, even children. We grab the person's head like this in order to cut his neck. Once they have cut it, they place the head this way. Let's review the situation. For those who have seen these images, there's one person here with a knife and the victim. On this side, there will be 5 or 6 other people with fire weapons. And on the other side, another 5 or 6 with weapons. Obviously, though you might get away from the person with the knife, somebody will end up shooting you. But the important thing here is that you should not give them the pleasure of being executed. If you let them execute you, that's being a coward. To fight to the end is being really brave, even if you have no way of winning. They can take your life, but not your courage. The technique I'm going to show you doesn't mean it's going to work. Most likely is that you would be shot once you move. But at least you have fought in order to preserve your life. I wouldn't want to see anybody in this situation. But if it would happen, if something like this could happen, say to yourself, I'm going to die for sure, but at least I'm going to try something. And if for any other reason I happen to survive, I have all the life to look forward to. It would be a surprise, but don't expect it. Just fight to the end. I'm ready to fight for my life and escape. And if I escape, it will be a surprise. If I die, I am already dead. But I'm not going to give them the show they want to see and watch me being executed. I'm going to fight to be free. He grabs my hair. My head is here. The first thing I should do is grab his elbow and hand like this. I'm going to pull with all my strength. 1. At the same time I do this movement, I place a foot on the floor. And now I get up, going to the side, like this. And from here, I can break his arm. Maybe I can escape. Let's repeat it. He grabs my hair. He's going to execute me. The first movement. 1. Again. 1. And I place my foot on the floor. I turn to the outside to do a lock to the elbow. That way, at least, I will try to save my life. Once more. You can value this effect. The effects of the twist is not like when you do it standing up or on the floor. On the floor, the elbow is really down, and it hurts before even I throw him on the floor. And he will fall easily. Now, we will see a drill that will enable us to familiarize with all kinds of locks. You will see some very complicated locks, but if you repeat them in this exercise, they will be automatic and simple. The first lock is called cavalier. In theory, place the thumb at the end of his hand, like this, and press downward in a diagonal position, in a complicated angle for his wrist. But in reality, against a knife attack, we grab his wrist with all our strength, and with the other we grab his fist. Let's see this. 1. I press forward. 2. In diagonal. 3. I push upward. And I go in and trap his forearm. And twist. 5. I pull his hand. I push his face and execute a police control. Let's repeat it. 1. Grab. Towards him. 2. Diagonal. 3. Upward. 4. Grab his arm. And 5. Execute a police control. From the other side now. 1. I push. 2. Diagonal. 3. Upward. 4. Forearm. And 5. Police control. Okay? Now faster. From the other side. Now we are going to end the DVD. We have seen some vicious attacks, some really strange ones. Try these defenses if the person threatening you is willing to take your life. If he only wants your money, give it to him. If he does it to intimidate you, show fear and obey. But if the person wants to kill you, even if there are more opponents, and you are going to lose anyway, don't give them that pleasure. Fight for your life. See you soon.
tirage.
Hey, give me the money! Hey, give me the money! Hey, what you want? Hey, c'est con!
Give me your money!
Hey, c'est con!
Your money!
Your hand!
Yes. Give me your money! Give me your money!
Hey, listen, give me your wallet.
Your wallet.
What do you want?
What? No, give me your wallet.
Hey, what you want? Hey!
Let's start the second part of this DVD about vicious attacks. We are going to see a real defense against real attack of 2, 3, or maybe more people who attack us at the same time. They're not common attacks because the person who will try to attack you is not a machine. His attacks will not be a fixed pattern, but he would vary depending on how he feels or the context of the situation. Now we will see a situation which somebody threatens us with a knife just behind the chin. This is something you must know. When he comes to threaten me, he will not only do this, but he will drive the point of it into me to make me feel pain and tell me he is very serious about it. This is what you must do. You must resist. Though you might bleed, it's not serious. Don't lift your head this way because if you do this, you will not be able to do the defense. The first thing you must do is resist. Now I'm going to break the defense of his arm, or both arms, making an X with my arms. I'm going to crush his arms with mine, at elbow level, not vertically. It's a movement towards me. I pull him towards me. Now the knife is pointing at him. This is the movement. When I do the X and lower the arms, my head goes up. 1. It's very important to lift the head. If I don't lift the head, the knife could cut me. In order not to get cut, you have to lift your head. He threatens me. 1, 2. I don't look at the knife, only lift the head. I trap his hand and throw him like this. I disarm him. Let's repeat. He threatens me. 1, 2. And recover the weapon. Now from the other side. We do the X. I look for the grab and grab his hand. Now we do the Tai Sabaki and throw him hard and recover the weapon. Now we will see the threat to the neck. We saw this in the former DVD, but in this case it's much more complex because he is grabbing me with his other hand. The first movement would be to save my life with this hand. I strike his hand to make space. I don't hit like this, but in a 40-degree angle. Here, I take his hand away. Let me change sides so you can see it better. When I hit his arm, I grab with the other hand. This way. Once more. I finish the technique, taking him to the ground and recover the weapon. Once more.
Chou.
Let's continue with more executions. Let's see a case where I am threatened with a gun and I have my hands tied behind my back. I want to remind you of something. These are almost impossible techniques. In these situations, it is extremely difficult for me to defend myself. But you can be sure of one thing, you are going to be killed. That's the only reason you should try this technique. He threatens me and my hands are tied to my back. We know that the hand is faster than the body. But in this situation, I cannot use my hands. I have to defend myself with my body. Though it will be slower, we are going to apply the following rule. We know that people cannot do two things at the same time. Their mind mechanism does not permit it. If I want to kill somebody, I cannot talk and pull the trigger at the same time. I'm going to shoot, but I cannot do both things at the same time. What can I do? I can ask him a question. What are you going to do? During his reaction time, he will not be able to pull the trigger, and I will do my defense. He threatens, and I ask, what are you going to do? Give me your money. And when he starts to talk to me, I turn to the inside. Now that I am to the outside, I elbow him in the groin. I press my foot against his and push his leg with my knee to throw him. From here, I can kick his weapon hand. And maybe I can escape. As you can see, it's a very bold technique because it is full of risk all the time. But this is a last resort technique. Once more, he threatens me. I hit. Let's repeat it.
What do you want?
Now we will see a peculiar grab. It's called a double Nelson. The person grabs you from behind and presses your neck down. If they do it hard, you won't be able to stand up straight. Try it. I cannot get up. When he grabs me this way, we are going to adapt the sun position. I'm going to place both my hands on my forehead like this. This is going to help me get up. Once I get up, I'm going to use a technique that we saw for grabs from the back. We strike with our elbows and strike his hand to free ourselves. Now I'm going to strike the back of his hand to free myself. He grabs the double Nelson. I get up, and now I try to strike him to free my finger. I turn this way and hit, like this. Now from this side. I get up, hit, grab his finger, and turn this way. Now I'm going to see another technique against the double Nelson. So when I can't get up because I'm too low, we are going to do this. He grabs, and I get into the chair position. I'm going to place my leg behind his and find support on his leg and throw him in this manner. Grab his arm, and I finish with an arm lock. Now we will see a defense against a 3-spot choke that we saw in former DVDs. this choke. The defense depends on three different phases. It depends on the phase of my reaction, depending on my defense reflexes, and depending on what he does, I will do a different defense. When we are here, we have not yet finished the choke. I block his hand, twist my head in order to free my breathing. I put my shoulder under his and execute a lock which will take him to the ground. Let's repeat. He hasn't started to choke me yet, and I act quickly. Once more. I trap his hand in order to stop his choke, turn my head, pass my shoulder, and I take him to the ground with my lock. Now if the choke is done with the forearm, and he pulls me backwards, he can choke me with his forearm. I grab his hand to free my breathing. I block his elbow, and now I'm going to move everything at the same time. My body, his arm, everything will follow me. From here, I twist to the outside. I grab his hand here, and I'm going to push him violently in order to take him to the ground. Now this could be my last chance. When I do it too late, maybe because I have had to kick another opponent that is attacking me at the same time, I'm at the end of the choke and it's going to be difficult for me to free myself. But I will achieve it with this technique. He's about to finish the choke. If you don't react in 10 seconds, you will be dead. I take a step and throw him forward. Once more. He chokes me. I grab his arm, take a side step, place my leg for support, and do the throw.
Again.
We have seen even more vicious attacks that we saw at the beginning, and you have learnt the applications. In order to put these techniques into practice, you have seen me work with my students. Amongst them are more advanced students and some beginners. In this type of work, we do not seek technical perfection, but we want to be effective at all times. If the weapon falls to the ground, if the strike is not perfect or the technique correct, that's not important. The only thing that is important is to be effective, and not only the technique. What counts is that your enemy is down on the ground. Technique is important, but more important is the result. That is being effective. Thank you for watching this DVD, and see you soon.